over towards B. And NRG, I mean, with so much map control, they can afford to go wherever at this point in time.
Yeah, you mentioned it very well. Maluki being forced to rotate off of that B play gave NRG the move up long. Now they can just split this B site through CT spawn, and even though Team 1 know what's about to hit them, they've not got the weaponry for it. Barton missing the shot with the Deagle. He's got to wrap around with Bit, but at the same time, they give up control of the site, and Ethan's going to take down the first man in. This round is looking over. Barton just trying to hold on for some exits, but no doubt NRG will be able to clear him up with the SMGs, and it's looking like that 2-0 start. Damn, dude, NRG are pulling in the all the stops here in round number 2 of the America's Minor.
I love the name Barton, because it reminds me of, right, did you ever watch Phone Jacker? Or,
yeah.
Yeah, like Brian Badondi, but like if your name was Martin. Like...
See, I don't want to throw in any impressions, because they'll just be offensive, but that was a great show. Also, I just saw Breezy scope in, and apparently it's not a repeat feature. It's not a. Yeah, there we go.
That's. So what even was that, man?
I don't know.
What did we just saw like the limited edition, like Insurgency X CSGO crossover.
First scope into the game, Harry. You know, you gotta let things warm up. NRG certainly look warmed up though. 2-0 start, Team 1 on the pistols, and not much done by them. Just got to hold on to the Scout and the Deagle for TRK, and everyone else just taking the USP round. Maybe see a bit of a mid-rush. Maybe just see these two forced players stack a site together and leave the pistols on their own. Not really a lot you can do, and yeah, Team 1 are going to do that. Put the two guns together, put a triple B set up with the USPs, but wherever NRG go, I imagine they'll have ease.
Yeah, so once again, just going to look to establish this early default, right? Take control of top banana. Then the odds are we see NRG go back and take control of top mid. This is how they've been approaching a lot of these rounds. They do have players over in the apartments, and this 3-man stack actually is going to net them 1 kill. And if they're able to get out of danger, they do manage to skirt away. All right, you know, this is still an interesting round for Team 1. Now, they shouldn't really be able to get much more done, right? It is just these vanilla pistols for the most part, but you've got the Deeg in the armor, the Scout on IDK. You definitely could look to find something here. But as I say that, IDK's been picked up over towards long. Breezy going to Krieg him down. Cirque even able to eliminate Bit, and yeah, that's the B-bomb site crumbles. So, you know, it got a little bit worrisome initially, right, with the first man falling. But in the end, ooh, Tarek, you're very lucky.
That was close.
Yeah, he's just Tarek's like, nah, I'm out. I'm done.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, NRG's still going to get the 3rd round regardless.
Yeah, first buy coming through in a second after this pause, maybe a bit of a tactical. I like the little setups Team 1 have. You know, that's a cool way to run an eco like that. Very, very on the fly, knowing that, okay, we have 2 guns, let's put them together. Let's have this little triple B setup, and the boost towards pool actually finding a kill. So, you know, there's some value gained out of that eco round, but by and large, we're just looking to the rifle. And more importantly, the bonus. So NRG running off of the SMGs. They lose this round, of course, they're going to be able to buy back and well, it never feels the same, but get the reset, I say with finger quotes. And I think it's a good time to talk about it, actually, Harry, because there's been a bit of discussion. You know, we're a few months in now. What are your thoughts on this economy? Because I don't think people are talking about the changes, but
I don't know, man. Like, it's
been some time.
So honestly, like, I feel like capping it at 5 is better, but I still am not a big fan because I just feel like more buy rounds isn't the solution to a more competitive game.
Yeah.
And I feel like the recent trend is that we see games with a team that was often in the lead then get caught up by the team that was on the back foot. And a lot of it does come down to the fact that it's like losing rounds, especially in like the second half, can sometimes even feel like a bit of a victory in like a weird way. Like
it's like Mario Kart.
Yeah, and that's not good. Like Mario Kart isn't the game you want to be basing your competitive integrity off of. You know, that's the mistake that Overwatch, Fortnite, they all made. But Counter-Strike, you know, we're better than that. We can pick something like Banjo and Kazooie or something good at least. Is that how you say his name?
What are these words?
Did you ever play that game? It was pretty good.
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot was another banger. They were basically the same game.
I tried Crash Team Racing the other day. It's kind of like Mario Kart, but hard. But like actually hard. Like not that hard. Obviously, it's a racing game with like Crash Bandicoot
It's
characters.
not that hard.
But
It's a racing
it's
game.
harder. It's harder. I mean, how hard could circle a track for 20 minutes be? It's harder than Mario Kart.
Well, we're bringing in Matthew Trivett to tell us more now.
I'm talking in a game.
Yeah.
You know, I don't drive. I mean, I do.
I don't. I could, but not legally. I could do a lot of things, but not legally. You know, like
probably leave that up in the air. But yeah, I don't know. The economy, I'm moving. Yeah, I kind of agree with your point. I mean, Chad
I was like never a
it.
massive fan.
No. You know what I do like? I like the starting bonus increased where you lose the pistol and you get more money.
Yeah, no, I feel like that was always good.
That was a nice change because I feel like the forcing in the second round is still up for question, but it's more on the CT side. Like you'll see CT forces, you won't see T forces unless you get a bomb plant. You go, okay, well we can get 3 AKs or 2 AKs in the glow.
Yeah,
Let's
and I feel like that's interesting because it makes like these interesting gambles.
Yeah,
it's just like the way the money is just like this consistent fallback for the losing team. And I never feel like you should feel like you're being punished for succeeding. Like, you know, that it feels like you're getting like taxed in CSGO. It's like, oh, like, you know,
well, the Danes are really good.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know,
No, I mean,
that.
it all adds
just
up.
Taking a bit of
up.
Bit of the Danish tax.
Oh man! So I don't know if these are live GG bet odds, but I think they've become even more one-sided because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was like a 1.1 to 4 earlier. So already NRG going 3-0 up, finding success on the back of the pistol, has instilled some faith in the bookmakers. But now we have Team 1 in with their first buy. Maluki's got that AWP in hand, and I want to keep an eye on him as he goes peeking down towards mid. There's no AWP on Cirque to challenge him. Now him nor TRK have head armor in this round, which considering you've got a Galil and 2 MAC-10s on the other side, that could get a little bit dicey as they close the gap. They're going to try and throw perhaps this nade stack, this double nade stack onto the coffins again, but...
No nades. Only one.
That's for oranges. Not going to hit the mark this time around.
NRG have been throwing, double nades every round this map except for the pistol. So, I mean, these guys are already looking somewhat prepared, coming into just little ideas, little ways to find advantages to take damage with very minimal risk. On a map like Inferno, there's a lot of opportunity for that. I mean, even look at this Molotov landing from long, on long from second mid balcony. It gives NRG the control up towards long. It pushes the AWP onto Arch. And Maluki, he's got to hit an absolute blinder of a shot. If Cirque jumps around this corner, there's no way Maluki hits it. In the meantime, NRG have top B. Ignore everything I said. He was fully blind. He played the reaction shot. He does get away with it. Maluki with a second. No more than that, though. Breezy's opened up long. And NRG are going to try and split this B site.
Yeah, a bit. And Barton, they do have their work cut out for them here. Barton going to throw in that flashbang. Allows Bit to peek into CT and swing it out. He will take down the first. Ethan in with the trade. Continuing his aggression, but Barton quick to mop him up. And now just Stanislaw left. He's going to stick the bomb plant. And Barton running around the corner, not afraid to take that fight. Not going to give him the respect to get that bomb down in the 1v3. And so Team 1 are managing to get their first round on the board in that first full purchase for the CT side.
That flash was sick as well because the one that bounces off of the first oranges, the blue boxes, not only is a wide flash for banana peak, but also catches Breezy out in CT spawn, allows a guy up by the boost to just swivel round and get that kill. So a 2-for-1 Harry, a bit of a discount deal here for Team 1. They're going to find their first CT side. Nice round, a lot more to do. NRG now actually buying up fully. Remember that there was a bonus round, and Maluki didn't save the AWP. Cirque did, or he bought his own. So weaponry is good, but the kills are coming through for Team 1 already. TRK dropping Tarek in the apps, and even though he gets tagged up, they never spotted the player up on balcony. Breezy needs to be careful. That smoke could actually come back to haunt Team 1, but it doesn't look like he's going to abuse it. In the meantime, Team NRG taking top B once again.
Such a good idea as to how they're trying to play this banana position. That smoke will give Barton another chance to reposition inside of this B bomb site. The bomb still dropped back over towards T ramp here. NRG, where do they want this to end up? 55 seconds left, so just under that minute mark now, and eventually they do have to go back, retrieve that bomb. Look to play in towards one of these bomb sites. It looks like it might be B with how they're positioned here. They'll head a back up through Banana, leaving Breezy behind for the time being, but even he's beginning his rotation now. You got plenty of utility for this if you're NRG. You've got a smoke for the cross, a smoke for coffins. You can Molotov out the oranges. You can clear so many positions before you even get into this bomb site on the back of the utility alone. Only man who's really going to be able to do much is Barton here up on the boost.
Yeah, Flash is raining in though, and no info, no idea for Team 1 to spray through. They don't check it. Barton drops a bomb. 5 on 3. There's the final trade, or the first trade rather, for NRG, but still a man down and still lacking the time. This boost could stop the bomb current. Breezy covering it, very important, but he does go down through the smoke. NRG have got to hold on to this round in a 2 on 3 post plant, but with 2 players low on Team 1, it makes this AK on Ethan all the more effective.
Cirque lines up the first, but is he ready for the man already over in the ruins? He's fully blind and out into the open. Maluki finds him. Team 1 gonna make the retake happen. A second round locked in. Are they gonna find the AWP? There we go. They get it, they get it, they get it. Crisis has been averted, and Team 1 locking in that second round.
Great utility usage on that retake as well. I mean, the flashbangs coming through can constantly hit Cirque in the face. He was given no free room.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are really, you know, doing well with their utility, but it is just the fact that Team 1 always seem to have, you know, those few crucial little tidbits left for those retake scenarios, right? And that's where they've had a lot of success, right? It's on the back of those couple of flashbangs that they've been able to hold on to into the latter segments of the round.
Ooh. Very fast B approach here for NRG. It looked like Team 1 wanted to flash Maluki. Oh, Maluki wanted to flash his teammate down mid, and maybe they wish they had because they're already going to be retaking. NRG running right into the B site. They've had enough. Ethan's got another kill. And that, I mean, that might even be the round, Harry. Look at Team 1. They're already calling in the save. NRG, you know, you can play nice and slow and tactical, but sometimes if you just had enough, hit them with a B rush, hit them with a 4th round.
Yeah, maybe this is going to be that realization that maybe, okay, we don't need to be playing the most, like...
respectful.
Yeah, like the most respectful style of CS. Yeah, we can just go for these disrespect charges up through Banana. Because it is that attempt at the faster round, and the first time they do it, they're able to find success on the back of it. So I'm curious if we see this kind of change in momentum keep up now for NRG, or if we do see them go back to a slower style and play right and just keep these explosive rounds kind of up their sleeve for a bit later on.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's just throwing in these explosive rounds every now and then. That's going to force Team 1 to dedicate utility at the start of their rifle rounds in expectation that that could happen again. So all NRG are doing by switching up the pace is making Team 1, you know, get inside their own heads. Guess, okay, like, are we going to get dealt with a fast one? If so, we need Molotovs down. If we have Molotovs down, we don't have any Molotovs, Harry. So let's see if that comes back to bite Team 1. Let's see if they throw in another fast round, or if NRG slow it down after that previous one. Molly down mid, Maluki going for it. Cirque does get around the corner, and he doesn't realize Cirque lining up a double, spraying them through as they line up in mid. He even gets a free AWP. That is not the man you want to be giving weapons to.
And they know on the back of getting this double that this A bomb site at most, the odds are only has 1 man in it. And actually, Team 1, they gamble with that 3-man B stack off the bat, so they've just got to save once again. NRG, they weren't even trying to play disrespectful CS, and they end up doing it by mistake in that round there, finding both players down through mid and then just barreling into A. And I mean, it's as simple as that. That's the round, 5-2 in favor of NRG. We can still have a buy for Team 1 in this next round. IDK can drop a rifle over. You will have 4 weapons in place, so you get another shot at the round in the next.
Oh, that's so sick. NRG boosted over the smoke, mollied sandbags, forced bit open, and then killed him. You couldn't even see them. They were up above Harry. They were climbing the rafters.
Yo, look at that mini-map. They are getting pounded, but NRG not quite able to close the gap in time.
That being said, that 1 kill makes all the difference.
It does. It makes a huge difference, right? Because now if you're Team 1, you're looking at this as a situation where you don't really want to purchase up anymore, right? You would have 3 rifles at very best. So the odds are you just take an eco right around these 2 rifles that you do have. And this should, I mean, this doesn't look live, but this should be a 6th round for NRG looming over our heads.
Yeah, that wasn't even a lineup really in middle in the previous round. Cirque just spray transferred like a demon with that Krieg. Although the spray transfer is kind of, I don't want to call it easy, but like consistent. right? You just pull down and left. That's most of it already. You got like the first like 20 bullets or like 18 bullets off of that. But yeah, it's still kind of difficult. It still feels unnatural. You're used to the AK, you're used to the M4, you're not used to the Krieg. So the fact that some pros are able to really get consistent results out of that spray is impressive to me because I'm trash with it. So that being said, that's why I'm talking, not playing right now. That and the jet lag.
Yeah.
But a bit of a pause here. NRG at least in control of this game. And Harry, we made a little promise before this match.
I know, yeah.
I'm going to hold
on the mainstream.
Yeah, I'm going to hold true to that. So Fury and INTZ, bit of a Brazilian beatdown going on right now. INTZ over on Overpass, sitting 4-2 up over Furia.
That's an interesting one, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hugo, you got to keep us updated with that. You got to keep your beady eyes on it.
What's beady about my eyes, Harry?
It's full of beads and such. I mean, I was going to try and make a better joke, but like the only one I could think of just probably wasn't appropriate. So yeah, just wait for the
bees in my eyes. No one's going to get that joke. But I'm laughing.
Man, so just waiting for this to come to a close. You can see that speaking to the admins now, which is always a good sign, or a really bad sign, actually. I've noticed it can be one of... It's like seeing like one of the horsemen of the apocalypse. Like, what does that mean? Like, where are the rest? You know, like, is this good? Is this bad? The whole crew isn't here, so... But yeah, I mean, we're waiting to get this one back underway. Oh, but I mean, so far, I've been pretty impressed with what we've been seeing from NRG, right? They've been showing a pretty, like, consistent default across these rounds as to how they want to be approaching it. Right? They take that top banana control, they're grabbing top mid, they're using their utility really nicely to force Team 1 out of these positions and into a lot of these kind of like unorthodox gunfights early on in the round, and they've been finding a lot of success on the back of that.
I just really want to see a round where Team 1 are not going to get mowed down in the first 5 seconds. So they can do what they want, right? They can show us some CT aggression and get a pick and play a 5-on-4. Because in that one round where NRG had a bonus, Team 1 were really good. I like the setups that we've seen from them so far. But in the last 2 rifle rounds, they've been double killed by Circa mid and double killed on the B entry.
Yeah, and it always feels like, right, there are some games that you'll get to cast, right, and you always think, like, man, I wish I got to see more of that team's, like, T side. But because the scoreline was so one-sided, they never really got to have a T side, right?
Yeah.
And for me, I'm really hoping that's what doesn't happen to Team 1 here. Like, I really want to see what their T side is like on this map. I really want to see what they can do versus NRG, because as you kind of touch upon, like, when it's NRG setting the pace, when it's them deciding where these fights go down, and you know, they're kind of the ones picking and choosing their battles. They are coming up trumps a lot of the time. And I feel like Team 1, they haven't really been allowed to run what they want to just yet. They are kind of playing back into the bomb sites. And I do think in that second half, that's when we're going to get to see a bit more of that kind of Brazilian ferocity that we so often talk about, right? But for that to happen, you kind of have to salvage a CT half first. Now, obviously, it's still early days. You're only, 2-5 down in this game right now? But it can very, very quickly spiral out of control, even with the new economy changes, especially over on that CT side where every purchase is so much more expensive, right? You've got to be getting diffuse kits. You know, your Sindris cost more, your rifles cost more. You want to be bringing out the AWP because the CT side is easily the best for it.
Molotovs cost more.
Yeah, everything does. You really get screwed.
Wait, you said that already, didn't you?
I did, but you really wanted to read.
I was just thinking what's more expensive, but yeah, you're right. Either way, it's terrorism pays, Harry. That's what we're learning from Counter-Strike. Probably don't follow in their footsteps, though. Everything is CT-sided, all the maps. So always got to remember that. However, right now, not looking good for Team 1, at least in the scoreline. NRG still sitting in the lead. If you have just joined us, I mean, people I'm sure are waking up over the course of the morning. It is 10:30 right now in Berlin. It's 4-2 up at the moment for NRG. So sitting pretty on the T side.
I've just realized as well, like, props to StarLadder for the, I've just seen on the desk, man, like, these audio setups that the players have look pretty sick, like running into the Scarlet down there. Like, even those little red boxes, you've got like $1,000 worth of equipment just on those little red audio boxes alone. I've never even seen them at events before, so that's cool. But yeah, just waiting to get this one back underway, Hugo. I don't know, we haven't really seen enough to like have much to speak
We
about.
had a couple of ecos. We had 2 slaughters.
Yeah, that's been
on
the real
rounds.
problem, right? Like, we haven't really seen much of a CT side just yet from Team 1.
But I'm remaining hopefully optimistic.
Hopefully optimistic.
Yeah,
that is like the most passive way of saying optimism.
Two positives, mean it's really positive, Harry.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't say it makes a negative. But we'll see if things go positive.
I mean, we'll see if things go. Like, let's focus on that first, right? But oh man.
So how are you been, Harry? Let's have a heart to heart.
Turned into like a podcast, man. Like, thank you all for joining us. It's the classical music hour here at the America's Minor. Hugo, what's your favorite classic? And when I say classic, I mean like, not, like, I don't want you to name like some Beethoven, some Bach or anything. I mean like.
I couldn't if I tried.
Okay.
The Third Symphony.
Yeah, that's the famous one.
Word,
yeah, that was on
Symphony.
Every like Windows XP computer, and it was the bomb, bro. Anything, any project you ever did in Windows Movie Maker, you open that bad boy up, you drag in a little bit of Beethoven for some unknown reason, man, and you're flying, you're off to an adventure.
What were you actually asking me, or should I have not said
Honestly,
that?
mate, I don't even remember where I was going with that point, but there probably was a question in there
Something
at some
about my
point in
favorite
time.
classic. I don't know. It's getting hot in the studio.
Yeah, man. I like the technique. I like that.
You got to close the fingers so you maximize.
Man, I tell you what, actually, the AC in this hotel is wild, bro. I set mine to -10 degrees.
You told me -9.
Yeah.
Stop exaggerating for the viewers.
Look,
okay?
man, you got to round it up, because if it's a single-digit number, it still isn't that impressive. Look, okay, -9 in a hotel room. There could be snow in my hotel room.
If I'm not freezing to death, what's the point?
If I haven't woken up and the waters in my fridge have turned to ice, then it's not cold enough.
That's the point.
Although I guess, like, would the fridge become warmer than your room if your room was... Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
Eventually.
Yeah, the fridge would be like a holiday at that point, wouldn't it? Like,
I mean, you can have a cold holiday. Ever heard of skiing? Or climbing Antarctic? What's...
You can ski in the heat, too, on water instead.
Skeet.
Man, like, we just love a bit of water as humans, don't we? Like, whether it's skiing on ice, skiing on land, like, we just do it all on water,
dancing on ice.
Yeah, dancing on ice. We're doing everything on ice.
That's a bit too much.
CSGO on ice would be incredible, wouldn't it?
How do you do that?
Because I feel like the real challenge would just be like the desks are on wheels but on ice. Like,
so the desks are moving.
Yeah.
Now here's a follow-up question.
Kind of like bumper cars.
Are you like how are players? So there's one desk for 5 players.
No,
no.
Oh,
okay. So everyone
gets their own desk. It's kind of like hockey.
Okay,
it's like hockey,
Dodgems.
but okay.
Is there a physical aspect to it, or is it just a handicap? Are people fighting on the ice? Do you get extra points by scoring?
I don't know, man.
Or is it just like
I'm just the ideas guy.
Yeah,
Hugo.
okay.
I'm not
exactly. So I need some more ideas.
Yeah. We'll leave it to the project managers.
Here we go. You put here's the next level, right?
Yeah.
You put ice skating shoes on your desk so they run over people's cables, and over time, teams drop players.
Oh, actually, I just realized the cables would cause you some real problems with this whole idea, wouldn't they?
Or you. No, it's not a problem.
Like the world's first LAN on Wi-Fi, because we've had to...
not the first LAN on ice, though. There's been loads of those.
Man, I love always just like putting like sports together with things that just don't go, like, like football but on horses. That would be so good.
Cool polo, mate.
Nah, but like, that involves a stick. That's like more akin to golf, I think.
Or lacrosse.
Yeah, it is just lacrosse on horses, isn't it? Why don't we ever use any other animals? Like, why is it never like...
What other animal would you like to include?
Water polo, but on stingrays. I feel like would be incredible.
Tried,
yeah,
didn't go too well.
Oh, my goodness.
Pour one out for my homie. We're getting back in.
Oh, my goodness. We are back after some delay and a mention of Mr. Irwin. Oh,
Forever
man. I love that, man, honestly.
Well, we're here, Harry. 5-2 up. If you have missed it, Team 1 are on the eco. 2 guns. That's it. Bit of a push as well. Oh, what a flashback! That came from Boiler. IDK, he's going to find Tarek early on. Team 1 playing the perfect time, and they're going to run back into Breezy, but they found a double. What is going on? This is pistols for Team 1, and they've just dropped 2 weapons in the hallway. If they can re-aggress and grab those little guns, then things could certainly get interesting. NRG need to speed this one up and take the A site, because Team 1 are already on the flank.
Yeah, although it's more of a slow kind of crawl into the back line from Maluki. Regardless, at this point in time, he's kind of done enough. You know, like he gets all this information from being so far forward. He allows for these early rotations. I imagine we see IDK even elect to leave mid sometime soon. Although maybe that penny's going to drop a little too late because Ethan's already opened up. Barton really needs to make a stand, and Zerk caught looking the wrong way. Barton lighten up the scoreboard. Stanislaw left alone in the 1v3, taps the bomb, and TRK through the smoke digs him down. They didn't get the AWP. No, they did. Just took them a while.
God, it doesn't get easier than that. Team 1, what a start. And this is what I said I wanted to see. I want to see the little game plans, the little ways that Team 1 have to beat NRG here. Because you have to have, you know, little plays like that. You know, flashes and ways to get aggressive on your pistol rounds. I love it. Flash from Boiler, fully blinds Tarek. Team 1 run over the buy round of NRG, but there is a buy right back. Cirque's still got his AWP. He's going to be up against Maluki, who was able to find a good bit of success in that one round he had it on Archway. So let's see if that continues. This time he's back to the apartments, and Breezy getting caught again. Tarek did cross, but Maluki spots it. Tarek not going back for more. He's just going to lurk in Boiler while his team push up Banana, but at the same time, Team 1 push down.
No kills still to come in, but that high flash tries to get them off the angle. Stanislaw putting up numbers, putting up a fight, and has pulled this back into the 3-on-3. Made it look very doable for NRG now, creeping into this B bomb site. And actually flash through the smoke. IDK, he's just taken all the gunfights in the world, finally gets shut up by Tarek. And it's down to this 1v2, but TRK so close nearby over in the ruins. Tarek, he knows that a flash came in from CT, but will he be aware that someone's already so deep over by the coffins? Tarek might miss the timing here, and he doesn't seem to even consider this as a possibility. TRK swinging out, Tarek's gone, and Team 1, they will secure a 4th round now over on this CT side.
Yeah, I don't think Tarek realized that someone had already gotten himself into the ruins, the one spot that he didn't have his eyes trained on, and he's going to come to regret that. 4 rounds here on the CT side. NRG may have started off strong, but Team 1 are starting to make things interesting, nipping at the heels of the North Americans. We do have the force up for NRG, or at least half buy. They've got some money, so can choose to invest in pistols. Cirque's rocking the Tech 9. As much as I respect it, at the same time, it's bad. So, you know, what can you do? Can't win them all. Where's Maluki taking the AWP this time as well? He's gone porch side. Actually going to go back to the apartments. Hey, it worked out last time. NRG are going in through second middle. That nade almost good enough. 2 seconds later, and you're finding like 50, 60 damage off that. Luckily, Maluki's here. Breezy, don't die again, my friend. He's done it 3 rounds in a row in the apartments. He's not having the greatest start to this game, Harry. But it's not his fault. You know, it's just this goddamn hallway.
Yeah, Breezy, the eviction notice is in, and he's out of the apartments. Maluki flashed off the angle, but he does have a man down in the pit to help out. And this crossfire proving deadly. TRK and Maluki finding everything in this round. Stanislaw left alone, and in the 1v5, kind of clutching at straws as to whether or not you can find anything here. That bomb dropped down in pit. There really isn't too much of a chance for old mate Stanislaw. Creeping round and looking for anything he can get his hands on. But with so many players here, so many crossfires already lined up, and the fact that you've got Barton pre-rotated into the library, I mean, Stanislaw, there should be absolutely no way that you find anything here.
Ooh. How the hell do you even get that thing? I don't know. CZ at range, but not finding the kill. It's TRK to finish it off. And wow, what a comeback. 5-5. NRG now got another buy back on the cards. Actually, Stan put a lot of money in that previous round to get utility to set his team up. And as a result, he's only left at 3,700 this round. So no utility if he wants to get the AK armor. Not what you want for your in-game leader either, but that is the price that comes with spending all your money. You don't have any left. Thoughts?
Yeah, very true. I like the analysis of that one, Hugo.
Thank you.
Of course, you are in the runnings to become Chancellor of the Exchequer. So, is that the phrase for the guy who runs Bank of England? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Well, Cirque's got the AWP back at least, and we get to see him versus Maluki once again.
Or do we? Because Maluki's just been hiding in pit.
Well, I mean, you say, like, he's been... that round there, you know, he pushes up into the apartments to find Breezy early. So, you know, he's kind of testing the waters more and more, pushing and prodding wherever he can. And he is starting to find some gaps in the armor of NRG. Ethan up through Banana will be that first point of contact. Actually, Maluki going to decide to fall back, and he'll set himself up over an emo, play towards the back of the bomb site here. They'll pre-rotate a man round towards A. Now, usually, if you're going to play this solo anchor with the AWP inside of the B bomb site, you wouldn't mind having him posted up at the half wall. Because they weren't able to take control of Banana early on, Maluki just playing passively. And with him going down, I mean, realistically, if you're Team 1 looking at this situation, you could justify saving here.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Team 1 giving a very big opportunity away to NRG there by giving a solo B so early on in the round. I don't think that's necessary at all, right? There was nothing going on towards A. You don't need to rotate a player over. And as you very well put, when you're confined to the back of the bomb site with an AWP, you're just waiting on contact. If NRG throw a B rush, that's what happens. If you don't get 3 kills, you lose the round. So, yeah, the pressure really was on for Maluki, and he was fully flashed off. So NRG going back to what was working earlier on in the half, these quick, early 5-man plays, and they'll find a 6th round here on the T side as a result. Not hunting, they don't care, they'd rather build their own money. They know Team 1 have a bank regardless, so, you know, NRG, good round, but not out of the woods yet. Team 1 are going to be able to bounce back with 2 or 3 rifle rounds in a row, buying for the rest of the half, so NRG, they need clean rounds, and they need a couple of them.
Yeah, and I mean, this time we don't have Maluki heading over towards B. Instead, he's got this mid spawn, so he's trying to take this initial gunfight. Molotov goes down. Oh, Maluki, the timing. As he moves away from second mid, the peek comes in. He would have spotted that at the very least. They get the information. And maybe that's not the end of the world. This early utility that's been throwing down Banana has found a decent bit of damage onto Stanislaw and Ethan. Team 1 still sitting with a lot to work with later on into this round, all things considered, right? Kind of pales in comparison to that of NRG.
Ooh. Maluki spotted the chicken there in the apartments. Playing with his food, maybe. NRG, where do they go, though? They've taken control of top B, and that's fine. You can just leave that right now, go back towards A, work it a little bit, force out some util. But that bomb is still in Banana right now, so we're either going to see these mid players back off or they're going to go for a long play. Could be both, who knows, as Ethan's already fallen back to set up utility. NRG blocking in their control towards B. There's the rotate off of long, but it's going to be needed. Breezy's running through, and he's going to spot Maluki with the AWP, not getting the kill. Breezy opening up. Now this B split coming through. This has been so good in the past for Team 1, and they won't check the corner. Barton does trade, dropping the bomb. Info there for Team 1, but he needs more damage, and he won't be able to get it. Tarek with an opening kill, and NRG 4-on-2. Bomb going down. This is looking good.
And you really do feel for Bit there, right? Because I like the idea. You see the train of thought, right? With 3 players pushing in through CT, he tries to take that aggressive stance down on Banana and just isolate those 2 fights that he knows he can get. And he knows that the bomb was coming in from that position as well because it wasn't spotted crossing in through CT by Maluki. So he tries to take that gamble, and he just doesn't check the cubby over on the left, because in a lot of ways it's like, why would you? You know, like, why would someone, like, still be sat in that position? He decides to check close over towards Car.
I've never even seen this save spot. Like, I didn't even know you could boost that.
Yeah, me either. I didn't even realize there was a wall here, because like, that looks very obvious. Like, now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, I mean, I doubt it's like groundbreaking, but.
Wait, how did he even get there? Because IDK was in T-Apps. Unless he got boosted and then IDK left. I didn't see.
That's a sick save spot, though, because you can see their little feet before they can see yours.
Why always feet little? Whenever you say feet, you say little feet.
I don't know, mate. I don't want to be like, yeah, you can see his massive feet, you know, like.
Yeah. Psychologist having a field day with you, maybe.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
Either way.
You know what they say about small feet, Hugo?
What do they say?
They got big boots to fill. Push up through banana. Barton's been deleted. And Stan opening up. Bit's dead as well. And Stan, he's got massive feet. He doesn't even have a license for these feet, man. Look at him go. Bigfoot Israel, and he's in the server. They call him Stanislaw. Look at him go. The B bomb site's open, and NRG are going to get this 8th round.
This game has got two types of rounds, Harry. One type of round where Team 1 throw in this really cool like aggro setup where they throw the AWP down through T-spawn and they get like 3 opening kills. And then the other type of round where NRG just mow down 2 players within 2 seconds and then win by default because everyone's dead and it's Inferno and you can't retake in a 3-on-5. So yeah, that's all we're getting right now. It's very exciting, but Team 1 needs to lock up these faster plays because, as said early on, after NRG did their first couple of really quick rushes, we were going, okay, right, Team 1 needs to be quick with that utility. They need to be locking down positions like Banana with Molotovs early on, and they're just not doing that. NRG are just getting free opening kills round after round. TRK, he's hiding his head down that hole, but Breezy is going to drop some cement and leave his body there. Some really gruesome.
Oh my God! Okay, right.
It gets the job done, Harry.
Yeah,
you can't argue with cement in holes, okay?
No, that's. I mean, yeah, whatever. You know, it's just a means to an end, isn't it?
Whatever fills your hole.
But yeah, for me, I mean, I'd like to see maybe a bit more, either like just a bit more presence towards Banana. Now that round they did try and throw it in, and you do lose 2 players through a smoke, so it's like realistically, how much of that was really on Team 1? But I mean, I feel like maybe even some apartments aggression from the Brazilians right now wouldn't go amiss, because when they were doing that initially, they were getting good success on the back of it, right? They found Breezy back-to-back for 3 rounds straight up in the apartments. It was kind of free real estate. Team 1, though, once again, they're just kind of being forced to conform to what NRG kind of want them to do, right? Which is this very measured approach, these very passive holds. You're playing very reactively, which means when these explosive plays come in, if you're not winning those initial gunfights, if you're not going a man up on the back of the trades, then you almost get locked out of the round. But it will just be this very measured approach once again. Early rotation around to keep an eye on Arch. That smoke is down towards Moto, and this isn't the NRG have thrown in a couple of times, but now they throw down that Arch smoke, and Maluki, he will not anticipate this from Stanislaw, who's just gone edging through their own smoke. He hears Barton on the rotation, and Barton not ready for that. And now this B split opened up. Stan trying to shut down the rotations, and he's leading by example right now. Ethan's feeling inspired. He'll shut down the remaining player inside of B. And once again, it's save city for Team 1.
There was a really awkward period of time in that round where Barton was essentially just useless in the map, right? Because you had a bit aggressive in Banana and you had Maluki locking down long. And Barton was like just rotating between the 2 sides, like, where do I go? Everything's covered. And then he rotates into Stan. Unlucky. And this is looking like a clean round for NRG. They're going to find everyone. Breezy killing IDK in the apartments, and 9 rounds on the T side. A very, very effective half, and it might even be double digits because Team 1's money has been broken. No saves were allowed, as said Harry. So, yeah, what a half this has been from the North Americans.
Yeah, and it's an odd one, right? Because it almost feels like as they've moved away from the very, very structured default they were running early on into more of these kind of set pieces, these explosive disrespect plays, they've been finding more success this round. Aggression down mid. Look at that mini-map. Team 1 are already touching NRG down in middle. A deep smoke thrown in. And while Stam will deal with 1, there's still so many bodies here to answer back. And they know that Bit is still lurking somewhere in mid. They haven't found him yet, and he was the man to pick up Cirque earlier on in the round. Now, he is a bit devastated that he wasn't able to get his hands on the AWP. But, I mean, regardless, having an SMG in the back line so deep behind enemy lines, it's just going to have to be in the back of NRG's mind constantly that they could be getting flanked, they could be getting wrapped. Maluki now going to get pressured. steps up to the plate initially and only stand here inside of B, but somehow he's turned it around. Barton left in a 1v2 in the blink of an eye, and Breezy wrapping in through CT spawn. Barton, he's got to find one of these fights here and now.
Yeah, Breezy actually got 2 kills on A while Stan was stuck inside of B. So that's what forced Barton on the rotation. I don't think a Maluki expected Stan still in the site. Now that flank has come through, and look! Oh, that's just so smart. NRG managing to get Stan out of the site. Barton's caught in the corner in the back of Ruins. How the hell have they done that, Harry? They've just disappeared. Like a magician.
And I mean, now for Barton, like, he's just running into a bomb site. It's Breezy in this forward position. He'll be able to hear him so long in advance, because if you're Barton, you can't be sneaking at this point in time. You've got to run the whole way. And that's what happens if you run the whole way. They run the gauntlet. Breezy finds another. It's a 10-5 half in favor of NRG. Monstrous stuff to start their T side here. And Team 1, they're able to get a few rifle rounds on the board. Initially, things were looking promising. They weren't quite able to bring the heat. Their T side, will it live up to the hype? Can they answer back? Well, Hugo, we'll find out after the break.
Scores on the doors, and NRG have slammed a 10-5 in the face of Team 1 here on their T side of Inferno. We're switching halves, we're moving over. But now for the favoured side, NRG certainly don't need any ease thrown their way. Team 1 are going to have to grind.
Yeah, they really are, but I'm hoping the T side is where we really can see this Brazilian squad come into their own a little bit more, right? And we can see them get to kind of play their own game a bit more, because it did feel like in that first half they were really getting dictated to, especially towards kind of the latter 10 rounds, that they really were having to kind of play into the script of NRG. And now, you know, being on the T side, you get to pick where these fights go down. You get to set the pace. So they need to start it off strong. And instead, it's the attempt at some aggression from NRG. Breezy will manage an equalizer and put us promptly back into a 4-on-4. He'll leave Banana comfortable in the knowledge that, you know, that one kill that he gets so valuable at just thwarting that attempted fast B play from Team 1. So now it is kind of back to the drawing board here for the T side. You know, that first kill presents itself, but now you're back into this even-odd scenario. They want to go back and get that bomb, and this might just be the B play. You've got 2 smokes, one for the coffins, one for the cross, flashbangs to get you in, and then you've just got Stanislaw and Breezy to try and get past.
Yeah, because Ethan's pushed down in second mid, Tarek can actually start to rotate now. So he's going to be there, you know, not before the push comes through, but as it comes through. Now it does. Breezy at the back of the site. He's not going to get spotted. He does think his teammate, though, not what you want. Missed shots from Stan, does recover well, gets himself a kill, but has to just stay alive. Buys time for his teammates to come through. Breezy with another shot, and now he's in a 1-on-2 on the site. Tarek pushes through the smoke, and very well done by NRG. Breeze hitting some shots in that pistol round.
Yeah, even thinking Tarek as he pushes through the smoke. Breezy was just looking for heads. He didn't care if they were on his team, on the enemy, his own. He was willing to take off any and all heads that came his way. And he did. 3 kills from him in that pistol round, including very, very critically that first trade down Banana. And that was the thing that really stopped that round in its tracks. Didn't allow Team 1 to just bulldoze their way into B. On the back of fighting an opener, and oh, that nade. Nice. That is awful. Oh, no.
God.
Oh, goodness, get
no.
out of there. How could you do this to them? The nades rain in. There's death left and right. Oh, and if you go through this now, Ethan looking to make some money. There's a lot of soft targets on the other side. TRK 1 shot away from certain death, and that's all it's going to take. Ethan, the Doombringer. NRG up 12-5.
Yeah, it doesn't get easier than that, Harry. Not 1 point of damage done by Team 1 in that round. It was a Glock one, but yeah, pretty rough. And the best part about that is Team 1, they were smoked off down bottom Banana, so they were just waiting around like, oh, don't worry, guys. We'll wait out this smoke and we'll go through together as a team. Oh, no, we're all dead. Grenades down middle, and a bit of a pause before we go into the first rifle round for Team 1. And what could be one of the last rounds for Team 1 in this map, if they don't pick it up, Harry, it would send NRG 13-5 up on anti-eco, and you're going to have 1 buy at 14. That's all you got. So it really is do or die. Their next buy is going to be better, but it's not like you've got the rounds to play with or wait for. Got to do it now. So TRK maybe hesitating with his glass cannon, but he'll just go for the AK instead. Understandable considering it's a bonus round for NRG. I mean, yeah, like Team 1 won the anti-bonus round on the first half, so let's hope they can do it again. 3 SMGs and a scout for Cirque. Breeze, the only man armed well. I think Fury just won a round.
Oh no! SMG down mid, and Cirque here with the scout. Nade raiding in on the back and not actually going to find any damage. Breezy's got aggressive in the apartments, and NRG, they are just... There's no respect. There's no respect left in the server, Hugo. It's bottomed out. We're sold out of respect. NRG, look at Breezy, man. He's become the enemy.
Buy 1, get none free. And, oh no, the
That's just all purchases, isn't it? Like,
well, except for the ones where you do get one free.
Yeah, that's... Oh, no!
Love to see that.
You goblin!
Oh, and even Cirque gets the kill from the top and middle. Couple of frags here and there for Team 1, but yeah, Harry, this is looking rough. I'm going to say it. I'm going to throw that out there. 13-5. We've got another eco round for Team 1, but they are running out of opportunity very fast. Just
wow, a really complicated knife move.
Look at this epic gamer moment, Harry. What's that from? Is that Bully Hunters?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
God, I try and push that out of my memory every few weeks. Oh, second mid flashes though. Stan's not going to go with him. He actually chills out in the apartments instead. Probably wise for him. There are a lot of T's here, but they would have been blind. There is so much screaming in the other room from the Brazilians. I really hope it's not Team 1.
I can't imagine there's much screaming at this point in the round. Like, there's not a lot to get excited about yet. But there might be. 2 players up in the apartments. They're going to try the apps drop. Yeah, this is your personal favorite.
Definitely.
And those nades, ooh, look at that. Nade stacked down into the pit. Stanislaw gets deleted. Cirque's been mopped up as well. Breezy now alone down in the pit. And they're gifting him kills, but he finally gets traded. IDK able to upgrade onto the Krieg. Has to go and retrieve this bomb. A chance here for Team 1. Smoke down over on Moto. IDK desperate to extend the man advantage. Tarek in with the trade, and now Barton versus Tarek. 1v1. Barton down in the pit. Bomb under Tarek's control, and he'll get the last man. 14-5. NRG Just one away from map and series point.
The most upsetting part about that for Team 1 is they knew exactly what was about to hit them. That was a 2-on-2, and they didn't plant. They just threw the smoke down, got their guns out, and waited for NRG to flash through the smoke. And they just knew they would. Pretty unorthodox, but at the scoreline, you can expect it. The reason NRG get away with that is they throw the smoke to cut off the player on pit. They're able to isolate those two 1v1s, and from that point, it's 14-5 with no bomb plant as well, so no AWP. Rough. What have we got? More rifles. Could be the last T-side rifles we see in this map. Cirque on the AWP as well. Oh, that's a nade. Oh, that's a double nade. 16 health. Get out of there. It's AWP long side right now for Cirque. He's had a very good game, very good opening match. I mean, no one's struggled here for NRG, of course, but it's looked good when we've needed him to step up. Triple B setup, but not too aggressive off the back of it. Just chilling at the back of the site. Cirque going to go for a bit of info. That molly not ticking. Ethan going to get a kill down on Banana. The push is coming through, and the smoke is sectioned off Tarek, so he's just going to bail out, join his teammate at the back of the site, take that 5-on-4, and considering there is more damage done, this is very, very favorable for NRG.
I'm curious now what's going to happen at this point in the round with Stanislaw. Where does he look to end up? He's currently being that rotate player between B and A, and as he slowly makes his way in through the speedway, he'll actually bolster this A-side defense. The bomb beginning its rotation back down through mid. And Stan just went for that top mid peak. Now he knows if Team 1 haven't established this top mid control this late on in the round, there's a very, very low chance it's going to be this play into the A bomb site. So he'll pre-rotate background towards B once again. There's 3 players here. Tarek dropping that incendiary just moments ago, holds that push back and buys precious time. Stan through the smoke, 7 seconds left, and Tarek puts the final nail in the coffin. This round is all said and done. NRG 15-5. That B-bomb site hold is perfect. All 3 players might go down, but they just waste so much time off the clock. That late incendiary that Tarek throws down, wasting those 5-6 seconds off the clock of Team 1, really does cost them heavily there.
And what a beautiful setup as well, right? Like putting your low HP player in that really weird off angle that no one is ever checking, and to have him as the 3rd contact player as well just ensures that ensures? I don't know which word I'm thinking of.
Yeah, you've nailed it.
It basically means that Tarek is going to win the round every single time. Fast B play here, but unsuccessful and slaughtered immediately. NRG 5-on-3 in the opening seconds. Harry, it's like the T-side all over again.
Yeah, and this was the big question mark for me, right, was could Team 1 kind of wither the storm and then over on the T-side, garner some of that respect back from NRG? And they just haven't been able to do that, right? They haven't found a single round yet over on this T side. And I mean, this is physically their last chance to do that. If they're not able to pick this up, the game is over. So 3v5 required here. Cirque lying in wait over a mid, and there's a tiny little gap in that smoke, and that's all he needs. IDK tastes the wrath of Cirque. Breezy didn't even mean to get TRK, but he's got him anyway. And it's a disaster. NRG 16-5. They're laughing as well, but I mean, what a performance from NRG. They've come into this day 1 looking good, lightly jet-lagged, but still fragging like crazy. That's what we wanted to see.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get easier than that. Great work from them, though. A lot of really fun rounds, and even though we had some cool ideas thrown in by the Brazilians over mainly on that CT side with a couple of cool setups, they just weren't given the room, Harry. Half the time they're getting mowed down before they could even throw in their own plan, and when you just get outgamed, outclassed like that, you're not going to be able to play your own Counter-Strike, so better luck next time. They'll be knocked down to that lower bracket. NRG are looking good in their group as well. Of course, we have plenty of games of Counter-Strike coming up, Harry. The next one will feature some more Brazilian boys versus some more Americans. It's going to be Singularity up against Sharks.
Yeah, but I mean, focusing on this one at hand, I feel like for Team 1, they can't be too disappointed, right? You come into this, your opening matchup is versus NRG. You've had some time to kind of come to terms with the fact that this is one that you're not the favorites in, right? And sure, you can imagine that they did their homework, but as you say, they were just never given the room to really run any sort of strategy there, right? Like, all the fights, even moving into that CT half, were dictated to them by NRG, right? There was constant aggression down Banana. There's constant aggression over towards the A side of the map. Just doing such a good job of kind of finding the gaps in the early default from Team 1 and then exploiting that. So NRG really do just run away with that opening game. Bit disappointing for you and I, because it doesn't really give us like much to build off of for this Team 1 squad. I really wanted to see them, bring some fire here on day one.
That being said, I mean, individually they looked very good. It's just like outclassing, right?
Yeah,
like as a team, you're just not there. So I don't want to wipe the slate clean and say, okay, they're done. That's only one game versus the best team in the entire tournament as well, at least for the Americas minor, right? So I think it's fine. I think Team 1 can bounce back. They've got plenty more opponents in the future, but yeah, not a good start. Not the start they wanted here in Berlin.
No, definitely not. And over on the NRG side of things, I've only seen them play a little bit, since bringing Stan, and obviously you got to see him firsthand out in LA, right? So, and he's looking really good within this roster. I think he had like a lot of the big step-up moments, a lot of the high-impact frags felt like they were coming from Stanislaw, in particularly kind of moving into the latter stages of that T half and the CT side, right? Him and I think it was Ethan did a stellar job of challenging for that banana control early and just taking that away from Team 1. I can't really think of a single round in which we saw because there were 3 players that they kind of cycled around that B bomb site, right? Which was Tarek, Stan, and Ethan. They would like trade them around. They did such a good job of keeping it like dynamic, switching things up, and snatching that control away from Team 1. You can see the I guess this is like the leaderboard, the top-rated players of this game, I'm imagining.
Yeah, it's the KD and kills, and you can see it's looking more favorable for NRG than anyone. 4 out of the 5 top players were on that North American side of things. And yeah, pretty great performance from Breeze as well. Ethan's been someone who has at least been noted to have been struggling recently a little bit more, maybe with the addition of Stan, but nice to see him find his groove at least in this opening game. Didn't look like, as said, anyone was really struggling with that kind of scoreline.
No, and that is one of the things, right? It's like for NRG, it's kind of equally hard for us to look at either one of these 2 teams and build much up from a game like that, right? For Team 1, you got beaten by one of the top 5 teams in the world right now, who a bit of the surprise factor that they're even at the minor once again. I mean, if you're NRG, I can't really get too hyped because you beat Team 1. Like you should be beating Team 1.
Definitely, I feel like this is a great tournament for Team 1 for NRG to warm up with is kind of a weird way of saying it, right? It's a second LAN. They just came off a blast. Obviously, like the top 4, that's great. Like they do a good job. They don't make a run in the playoffs so at all. And it is a new roster. It was their first LAN with Stan. So now we're in a tournament here where I feel like this is very much the level that NRG should be wiping the floor with. So yeah, let's keep our eyes on them. I don't think it's going to be their first dominant win that they picked up. Sorry, this isn't going to be their last dominant win in this tournament, I don't think. But that all remains to be seen. We do have next game coming up, though, Singularity Sharks, as said. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, I've not seen Singularity play before. So
no, me either.
That's going to be great.
I'm being brutally honest. I'll lay my cards on the table.
Yeah.
I've never seen them play either, but I have seen Sharks play. Yeah. And I do think this is going to be another interesting one. Like early on, especially over here in the Americas region, there are like a few of these teams where I do just kind of want to see almost like it's like a benchmark. Like, where are they at? Where do they stack up? How do they go head-to-head? Especially with so many Brazilian teams at this event, right? It's like there's a lot that I don't know or haven't seen consistent, kind of performances from.
Sure.
And so this is a sick event for that, showcasing some of these maybe lesser-known teams to the rest of the world.
Yeah, across all 4 regions as well. Well, all 4. There are plenty of regions, but the most important regions, at least in the major circuit, of course. That's the Americas minor started off, though. We've got more Counter-Strike for you guys. So, of course, head over to the A stream if you want to watch Fury finish off their game versus INTZ. Or if you want to see Singularity and Sharks, join us in just a moment.